All right, everybody. So the main thing I want to talk about today is the new strumming pattern that we did, called the Calypso strumming pattern, as I only just learned recently. So here it is first. Anyway, I'll just play it and then we'll talk about the ins and outs. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now, so you don't need to remember it as a series of down, down, up, down, up, or anything like that. All you need to know is what it sounds like and to move your hand down, up in a constant repetition, in a constant rhythm like that. And then if you do that and play it like that, then the down, down, up is just naturally how it will fall. So that's not something you need to remember, really. It's just how it sounds and to keep the hand movement. So in other words, you wouldn't play it like this. Because the problem there is it sounds nearly identical, but the problem is, of course, is that I'm stopping and starting and stopping, and it's just not regular, and I'm not going to be able to keep that going. So what I want to be doing is moving down, up constantly, and then making the rhythm by skipping a few. So if I start off by just hitting all of them, so 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See the way I don't have to change my movement at all to get the pattern. So I can hit all of them like this and then just skip a few and then get the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now, the difficult thing is that the part of this that tends to catch people is the fact that you're skipping one of the strong beats. That's one of the down beats. One of the ones you count, in other words. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So the main thing is just to try not to hold up here. When you're going down, down, up, don't hold, just straight back down. Your hand should be just moving down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up with no variation at all. With the exception of the fact that on some of them, you're just not hitting the strings as you go back up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold, not hold any chord. I'm just going to leave it open like that, and I'll play it really slow. And when I'm counting in as well, try and get that movement going during the count in, so that way you kind of hit the ground running. Okay, so it'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then straight in. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So you see the way you can, the main way you should be counting it is not the down, down, up, down, up. I mean, that kind of, it helps, when you're starting out with it, just to know where you should be and where everyone should lie. But really, it should be just that 4 count going on in your head the whole time. And as I always say, if you miss a strum that you meant to hit, or you hit one that you meant to miss, that really doesn't matter very much at all. All that is just a variation. You know what I mean? So, but what does matter is if you let that interrupt what you're doing, or you try to go back and get it or something like that, just keep it chugging along steady. As long as your movement is going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, constantly, then you're good. It really, then you're in the ballpark. Anything more than that is, ornamentation or window dressing, whatever you want to say. But what I mean is that as long as that's happening, then you've got the basics covered. Okay, so try it with a couple of other ones then. Maybe a little bit faster with a couple of chords. Maybe just try C and A minor, nice easy transition. And try it as well, when you're changing chords, not to do this. Waiting for the chord to be on there. Number one, you should change the chord before ahead of time. If it takes you half a second to change from one chord to the next, then you should start changing a half a second before you need it. So always get in there ahead of time. So that's number one. And number two, even if you're having to adjust the chord as you're strumming it, that's no problem. Just keep that rhythm going. That's the main thing. Other than that, then we tried Let It Be as well. So this is a completely different type of rhythm, right? Quite a bit simpler. So if you listen to the piano at the start of the original recording of that one, it's kind of bum, 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 bum. So what's happening there is you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, of course, you have the option of coming up in between those downs pretty much wherever you like. What I tend to do with it is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, it's G, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So I'm coming up just after the 4. But, you know, that's fairly arbitrary. That just feels natural to me. So that's what you should be going for as well. Whatever just kind of feels natural. Okay, so I'm just going to play the opening chord progression of Let It Be. See if you can play along. So I'll do it nice and slow as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and G, A minor, F, C, G, F, and C. Same again. And C, G, A minor, F, C, G, and F, and C. And there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of air between the chords either. So you might have noticed there that between some of the chords, so I'm just leaving it open and still hitting it. You know, you can get away with little things like that, but because it's much more important that the rhythm stays solid than the chords be perfect. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, both being perfect would be great, but if one is to be compromised, it should be the chords, never the rhythm. The rhythm has to keep chugging along. Okay, so keep strumming, keep changing from one chord to the next, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good one.